welcome to another Legacy One podcast. This is episode 2 of
Dos.
number deux, numéro 2. This is our second episode of Legacy One. So my name is Michelle Sun. I'm your host, and my partner here, Ty Belford, my co-host. So it's a pleasure again to be shooting at his house again. I love this guy's house so much that we love shooting here. We're actually shooting in the backyard with a beautiful waterfall, a beautiful pool that we built not too long ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. Thanks to you, because you guys are the one.
Actually-
You gave us a plug.
Actually, that's true.
Yasir.
The same guy, Yasir, shout out to Yasir. The same guy actually that built my pool, actually built your pool.
Absolutely.
Actually,
I'm a copycat.
Yeah, and you have to go, of course, bigger. Yeah, you have to go with not I would straight up concrete, and you have the nice not tile.
It was only because the HOA required it. If I could have got away with concrete or gravel
So
or
that's
anything cheaper, I would have done it.
So you have to have the name I'm looking for these things, not the bricks, but the
Pavers,
The
yeah.
pavers.
That's a requirement.
And that's a plus to this house. It's a beautiful home, 2-story, it's a beautiful home with the pool in the back. Oh my God, it's like I think you got the biggest pool in the neighborhood.
No, actually, my neighbor Liam.
Yeah, you beat.
He's like he might be the son of the Liam that you know from the movies Taken, because he's a smooth cat. But his pool is a little bit bigger than mine,
Yeah.
and he has a putting greens and all that kind of stuff going on. But
Yeah, I see that up next door.
Yeah, so-
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a beautiful day we had here. It's actually in the 70s, at least for once, in Florida. It feels good. We actually shooting. So today we're gonna talk about, like things that's been happening.
yeah,
Since we launched Legacy One Real Estate, it's been going pretty well.
yeah, everything's been like, what do you say? It's been eventful
Yeah.
every day for me, because you guys know I'm newer to the real estate game, so every day has been a learning experience.
Yep.
But we've been, bringing on new clients, closing a few deals.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. And then
I
you-
appreciate that,
You
man.
came into real estate like you've been doing it forever, bro.
No, man, I just
Like you've been
You
doing
fake it
real
till you
estate
make
for- Hey, actually, we actually making it.
yeah,
So-
yeah, absolutely.
That's a good thing. And today we're going to talk about investment in real estate.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people don't know just the real estate, of course, is an investment. From purchasing a home or purchasing a lot, and I'm big on that. Actually, I've invested in lots. Which is I always talk about, which is the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
A piece of land is where you would build a house.
Right.
It's starting there first, and then you would buy a house. Then after that, the goal is to actually own multi property, income property.
Absolutely.
That's what we're going to talk about. So, and I think you went ahead and you started. Like, if
Yeah, we started the process.
yeah.
But this is like what do I say? This is a confessional. So you don't know this. I'm about to drop a bomb on them. So you may or may not know, because our wives talk more than we do. So,
Yeah.
but so yeah, so my wife and I, we had made a plan and an agreement that we would try to buy one modest rental property
Uh-huh.
every year going forward for the next 10 years.
Well,
And we decided that the first one we would do was going to be in Detroit, my hometown.
oh, that's great.
So a couple weeks ago, we spent about 4 days,
Yeah.
8-hour days, just looking at properties all throughout, the Detroit metro area. And then we locked in on a property that was in Warren, Michigan, which is just outside of Detroit. If you ever watched the movie 8 Mile
Yeah. Wow.
with Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
so this property was between 8 Mile and 9 Mile near Van Dyke in Warren. And beautiful property, built in 1920,
Well,
but was completely rehabbed. An amazing property. We saw it for the first time on Friday. Went under contract on Saturday.
wow.
Had
great.
the inspection on Sunday.
Back to back.
Back to back. The inspection, based on the inspector's opinion, went very well. But I took a friend with me, and it's always to have friends that do things that you don't do. And so I have a friend. His name is Rodney Jenkins. He owns actually a construction company in Michigan. So, shout out to Constructive Services.
Yep.
So I took him with us to the inspection, and he was able to eyeball a few things that the inspector didn't point out. Didn't kill the deal, but it kind of gave us some reservation.
That's good. Yep.
You know what I mean? And so the thing about an income property, there's one word of advice is that it is a business within itself, and so
Of course.
Zillow will tell you, this is the zestimate on what the rent value is, and you can compare that to what the mortgage is.
Yep.
But there's always some unknowns that you can't prepare for that will happen, but mentally you just know they're going to happen.
True.
But anything that you can prevent or you can foresee, you may want to ponder on it, right? And so we flew out on Monday, got back to Florida. And a few other life events happened that created a temporary discomfort in our mental, my wife and I. And we still were contemplating, the inspector said it was a great house, but the inspector was referred by the realtor.
Wow.
But my friend, who's a contractor, said, hey, the length, but there was a wall that was removed in the home
Wow.
that you can tell was part of the main structure.
Yeah.
And how they had made the renovation, there was no clear evidence that the proper steps were taken to because a four bedroom home, 2 bedrooms upstairs. And so there was no guarantee or nothing that we can say for sure that they structured the ceiling
Yeah.
to I don't know the right terms, the trust or whatever they are, to hold the right amount of weight for a long period of time. So, which you don't know, we backed out of the deal. So we actually lost some money,
Yeah.
because we had, went under contract and, paid for inspections and everything. But it's a business.
Yeah, of course.
And you want to manage risk with any business. You understand? And so in the meantime, we've been helping a few, you and I have been working with, under Legacy One, some other individuals look for income properties here in Southwest Florida. We had 2 under contract, one closed 2 days ago, and another one will close at the end of the month. In that process, I identified some properties in Southwest Florida that were comparable, or the comps were similar to what can be done in Detroit.
Yep.
And I felt like maybe it would be better to buy one here where we can more micromanage the situation on the first go.
Yeah, right there on your nose. And
Exactly. And then later on, fulfill that dream of, owning property in a
back
D,
in Detroit.
where I'm from.
Hey, it's gonna happen, man. Because
Did you know that already? Did your wife tell you that already?
No, she didn't actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't
Actually,
want to be keeping secrets, baby.
First time I'm hearing it. I bet they talk about it, but she didn't. Tell me.
Yeah. It was a hard decision,
But that's a good thing. At least you're taking action. Yeah, as long as you take action, you start the process. Even though it didn't happen in Detroit, it's gonna happen here in Florida, because you keep looking. You actually taking massive action. So actually, I'm reading this book, Rental Property Investment.
Okay.
The Audible, actually, not time to read when I'm driving the Audible version. And these things, like the book gets you excited to get into investing. There's a lot of people that are afraid of doing it, or they don't know how it works. They don't know how to do it. They have not taken the proper steps. But we actually in the business, and that's what we at Legacy One, we actually teach people. We empower you.
Right.
If you're a first-time homeowner, after you purchase that home, we make sure you would, after a year or two, we will teach you how, because you, of course, we hope that you stay with us as a client, continue ongoing. We will teach you how to invest in rental properties.
Right.
And we will teach you how to pull money out of your house, put the equity, the HELOC, with things like that. A lot of people don't know, a lot of homeowners don't know. So I met some homeowners that they're actually sitting on money, and they're talking about, I want to buy another income property, but I don't have the money. I'm like,
you got a lot of equity in your house.
I'm like, you own a home, right? Yeah. How long ago you bought it? 10 years ago. How much did you buy it for? $190. And my mind's already going like at 100 miles per hour. I'm doing math.
Right. House probably worth $420 today.
Exactly. I'm always doing some CMA in my head. I'm like, where is it located?
Right.
Nowadays we could do a CMA.
He's a mathematician, so he could do all that math in his head.
So, this is things that we talking about investing in real estate. Starting with a piece of land. If you cannot start with a house, which is there are a lot of people that are afraid of the headache coming with the tenant.
Right.
I hear that in the book. Of course, I don't want to clean toilets. I don't want to get a call at 2:00 in the morning and my AC is out.
Oh, right.
But it's a business.
It's a business.
Things happen. So
it's a business.
So you're not afraid of that because we investor mindset.
Right.
We just gotta jump right in.
Absolutely, and my belief when it comes to investment properties, and there's a difference between an investment property and an income property.
Yep.
Because an investment property could be a property that you buy, it's ran down, maybe had been flooded.
Yeah.
But you know the market, you know what the CMAs are, you know what the things are selling, around, and you invest the money to rehab the home, and then you sell it,
Yep.
right? That would be more of a flip,
Yeah. Fix and flip.
more of a, but then there's these long-term strategies where you may buy a duplex, like the deal that closed a couple days ago, where it's passive income,
Yep.
right? And then with the market doing what it is doing, it's still probably going to be an opportunity to sell it
Of course.
in the future for even more
money.
profit. So,
Yep.
I don't want to guarantee that it's a great opportunity for everybody,
It's not. For
but
me.
I think it's a matter of either you make a little bit of money,
Uh-huh.
a little more than that, or a whole lot of money. But
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to lose. You would have to not do your due diligence
For you to lose.
to lose when it comes to income properties or investment properties.
I agree.
That's why you need us
Yeah, that's
to help,
what you need.
because we will help you do the due
That's why-
diligence.
that's why you need Legacy One Real Estate.
That's right.
That's what we do. We actually empower you. If you're not even thinking about, because this is where we come in. If you're not even thinking about owning a home, right, in the get go, so we actually empower you to, hey, why are you not owning a home? How long you been in the how long you been renting, right? So we get that, put that nugget in your head, and there's a lot of people that don't buy a home because of the fear. They don't know how it works. So that's why we're here. We educate you, we empower you, we tell you it can happen. We take you from point A to point B, point Z, actually, and then we get you into that home, and from there we open your mind and teach you different mindset, how not be afraid to invest.
Right.
You know? And there's a lot of us that don't invest. I used to be in that boat because we don't know how money works.
Absolutely. So what's funny, how money works, and then how the banks work.
Yep.
I was having a conversation with who? Someone recently about how easy it is to go get $100,000, $120,000 car loan
Yep.
from the same bank
But
that
they
won't
will
give you a mortgage,
Yep.
right? So the car is definitely going to depreciate.
Oh, the moment you take it out of the lot.
You understand? And then the house most likely will not, and
Uh-huh.
maybe we'll even have some appreciation. Most likely will. So there are a lot of systems in place that have trained us
Yeah.
to think that it's better to go buy the brand new Cadillac, and because it's definitely going to be easier,
Yep. True.
right?
And-
No
and
money
they make it-
down,
they make it
whatever.
easier.
Don't pay for 6 months, all that.
Yep.
The process of getting a mortgage is harder than that for sure. It's just a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
A lot of digging that the banks do that you wouldn't even think they needed to know, but they want to know it all.
Yep. True.
But it's worth it. One of the not sacrifices, but one of the adjustments that I made when me and my wife decided to buy our first home is that I decided I just wasn't going to buy a new car.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna. I was gonna buy a car, and I've continued to do it since then. I just buy cars that are 2 or 3 years old, just off of a lease. But I've saved all that depreciation. So instead of buying a brand new car or whatever I drive, for whatever amount of dollars,
Yep.
I can buy it 2 years old for. That's the secret. That's how I drive what I drive. But I'll buy it 2 years old, and it'll be 60 or 70% of what the retail was
Right,
just
yep.
2 years ago. But with that money that I'm saving on a monthly basis, that allows us to have a better home.
Yeah.
That allows us to have more money in the bank to save for the next property. That also affects our debt to income ratio when it's time to get approved for a mortgage, because it is harder to get approved for a mortgage, like I said, than it is
To
for a
get-
car loan or
for a car
even a
loan,
payday. You can get a payday loan with no equity
Yeah.
and no collateral.
And it's sad the way it's structured. And
Yeah, it's a bad
and
structure.
And even for a business too, if you want to open a business like whatever businesses may be, though we show up with a great business plan and we go to the bank and say, okay, I want to open this business. I need to borrow 100,000, 120,000.
That's hard.
It's gonna be very hard.
You probably have to find an angel investor,
Yeah.
because
But
like a
easily-
legit angel.
Yeah, like you said, if you want to buy the brand new 2024 Cadillac right now, that's because that's the same amount of money.
Yeah.
They'll find a way to make you approved for it.
Right.
And then you walk out of the door with a Cadillac, but it's a liability. and then there's no way that money's just going down the drain. The car depreciate,
Right.
and then of course the car can break down.
Right.
You know, the engine can blow out. But actually, when it comes to real estate, and I tell people, there's no, I don't gamble. I tell people the only gamble that I do, I throw my money in the dirt, and they look at me. What do you mean you throw? I throw my money in the dirt. So what
In
I
the
mean,
dirt.
yeah, in the dirt. I
I
purchase
like it.
dirt.
I like. We got to get down the shirt.
Yeah. So buy dirt. So I buy dirt, and then with that, and like that's how I was able to build the home that I have here in Lehigh. We were able to build it because I was purchasing lots and just to flip them.
Right.
And that specific piece of lot I kept because of the great location. I'm like,
Right.
no, because let me build a house on that because the location, and the location is great.
Right.
And I didn't build a smaller home. I built an 1,800, 2,500 total home. So which I live there now. Which is still for sale, of course. If you bring 500,000, it's yours. So
Booyah.
we're waiting for the right time. So these are strategies we do. We buy, some we can build and to sell. We buy and hold. So we study the market. So that's what
Right.
we do, and we'll be teaching people how to do that. We'll teach you how to invest in real estate. Just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And a lot of people are taking their money. You're investing into something else. You're investing in stock, or you buying, crypto, or the cryptocurrencies. So that I lost a lot of money in
It's
those.
a bubble.
Yeah, which I have not yet lost money in land. And I'm not gonna say it can happen, but I've not.
I want to
yet.
say, when I was at Larson in real estate school, I think they teach that land itself does not depreciate.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Right. So they teach it that way.
Yeah.
I would assume. Yeah, I guess with inflation,
Yeah. Eventually.
I think inflation is. I think what it is that let's say if a community or area were to age over time, we'll use that term. That depreciation is not at a greater rate than natural inflation. So so I guess however that algorithm works,
Yep.
they say in the textbooks that property does not
Yeah.
depreciate.
The land doesn't depreciate. So that's
Land does
that's
not.
the
Land
fish-
does not.
that-
It's the difference
yeah,
between
land,
property
yeah.
and land. Land. Let me get that right. Land.
Yeah. The actual land itself,
Right.
like I say, my mom, I got her to purchase the lot right behind her house.
Okay.
And she, until now, she's like, yeah, she didn't regret that. She's like, even though the price of it, not the actual, the price for the land would go down,
Right.
I still own the land. I can plant some crops on the land. Like
Right.
she grows she grows stuff in the back, like chickpeas. She grows so what we call the poicongo in Creole.
Okay.
Like the Puerto Rican called grandules. She grows that in the backyard. She has lalo, which is like almost like a spinach.
Okay.
Like a different than spinach. Very good stuff. I'm pretty sure you've tasted it. You gotta taste some of that. So
Okay.
she grows that in the backyard, and even though, let's say, she can even put a tent in the backyard and sleep there
I
because
got you.
the land belongs to her.
Right.
If push comes to shove, she can put something, a little piece of something there for her to live in.
That's
So-
right.
because she owns it. So that's why a lot of people don't understand. That's why it doesn't depreciate.
Right.
Land don't depreciate. So
Right.
So you got to start somewhere.
Right. I got a joke. So my joke is my Stan, his name is Stanley.
So
His Stan name is Eileen. You see it keep leaning, he keep grabbing it. But that's funny.
that's a good one. That's a good.
Anyway.
but you came up with that
I,
on the
did-
fly.
I was just trying. I had to get that out.
Because
I had to get
my
that
mic
out.
stand. This whole time you're thinking.
And,
Man,
it was, and before we started the film, it was my mic stand that was falling over.
so your mic
Won't
stand
he
is
do it?
Stanley. So no, your mic stand was Eileen.
Yeah, yeah.
And mine was Stanley. Now actually,
Nah,
we
nah,
switched
it's
names.
just through osmosis.
Yeah, so people, that's what we do at Legacy One Real Estate, and soon we actually doing we're going to be doing some classes,
Yeah, yeah.
some first time home buyer classes, some financial literacy classes,
Mentorship.
and we will sit down because when you think about it, I remember Rick, I was just telling you before we started shooting. There are people that are investing in real estate you would not even think about. Like I remember Rika told me one time she has a friend that's actually in prison and actually investing in real estate while he's in prison, guys. And then when I heard that, I was like, wow, the guy's in prison, and actually we'll be able to How is he able to invest in real? I don't know how he does it. Maybe he has some money. He had a
Right. I
business
guess if
before he
he
left.
right, because you could be in prison and have a business
Yeah,
that still
it's
operates.
operating, and you had
You
people that,
know,
and he was still buying land. He was still building houses while in prison. So by the time this
I'm
guy
sure
gets
Martha
out,
Stewart was making money when she was in prison.
exactly. So, and imagine you go figure. You the one. You here. You go to work. You free. You can do. You can go to the property. You can go to a piece of land and check it out and see it in person. And you're not doing it, and you make the money. So that's when it comes to the mindset, having your money working for you instead of you working for money. We'll be talking about that more.
Absolutely.
If you, a lot of us, you've never read Rich Dad Poor Dad, finally got to read that book. And even when I was reading, I'm like, there's a lot of things that are common sense. At least the entrepreneurial mindset that we have.
Right.
It's like it's better to have my money working for me instead of me working for money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what we're about to do about with those income properties.
Absolutely. There's a lot of, systems and programs
Uh-huh.
to invest money.
Yep.
The reason why I like real estate, and it's not the only venture or the opportunity that we pursue, either of us, to make passive income, but it is the one that, even though there's some risk involved,
Yep. There is.
it is at some point you can't set it and forget it, but it's not like a day-to-day maintenance situation. Once you get good tenants in your property, or again, if you're doing a rehab, make sure you got a good team
Yep.
of individuals. Shout out to Jose Sola,
Yep.
A Plus
A1
Property
Plus.
Repairs or A Plus Property Services. Amazing to work with if you want to do some income property rehabilitation. But you got to have a good team in place. You got,
Of
like I said,
course.
you got to do your due diligence. You got to have good counsel. Trust your gut. I think in that Detroit deal, I keep looking back. Like maybe if we have time in this segment, I'll cut away and I'll show you guys like a snippet of the property.
Yep.
And we would have got it for I think 144.
Wow.
So y'all tell us if it was a bad deal that I backed out of this property. I was talking a lot of junk in the video. I might mute it when I spice it into
Yeah,
the
just show
situation.
the clip, no sound.
Yeah, it made no sound. Yeah. I'm gonna play In Vogue, Never Gonna Get It. Never gonna get
And that's and the reason we're talking about these guys. That's not to brag, not to. It's to inspire. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
To inspire you, because we don't want to do it by ourselves. There's a lot we cannot buy. We wish we could buy all these income
Oh, yeah.
properties out there, but we can do it by ourselves. We want to have you guys invest in real estate to inspire you. If you never thought about it, maybe you have the money, you have a good job, you make good income, you have $25,000-$50,000 laying somewhere under the mattress,
Yep.
which that's another thing, and that's a good thing. We teach you about that, having that money sitting there. Bring it to us. We can invest it for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But that's another podcast for another day about having money or cash sitting in
Yeah.
the bank, or putting in a CD, or where they're giving you 0.001% on it.
Right.
But these are things that we're doing this to inspire you. If you never thought about it, having seen us doing it, you can do it too. Really, if we can do it, you
Right.
can do it too. We know different.
Right.
We pretty much just take action.
Right. And for us, I guess it's kind of like for every big decision, it's the why that's behind it.
Yeah.
There's no more 401ks. Unless you've been working for 20 years already for the same company, there's probably no pension for
Yep.
any of you or us, right? And so, real estate is one of those opportunities, also to kind of put money and save it in a sense, because there's equity. It's like instead of it sitting in the bank,
Yep.
you're being charged for your money to sit in the bank. You used to make money,
and the bank is making
yeah,
money on
right.
your
You
money.
used to make money unless you got millions and millions in the bank. Pretty much, it's still costing you money
Man.
for the money to be in the bank,
Man,
which
talking
is
about
crazy.
the bank, man,
My wife's a banker, by the way. I love bankers.
Yeah, we do.
I'm in love with one of them.
and we want to build a great relationship with bankers.
Yeah, with banks,
We're not
yeah.
badging that. We want to build a good
UWM,
relationship
shout
with
out.
you, and to be able to let us borrow money. Give us some money to make money out of. We're not gonna just buy a brand new Lamborghini. We promise. We're gonna make that money work. We're gonna invest in
Absolutely.
real estate and also helping people throughout the process.
Absolutely.
That's.
Speaking of helping people, I want to give Erica Cooks
Yep.
a shout out. She works with Lee County Housing.
Yep.
What is it called?
Is it housing?
I'll put the link right
opportunity?
here,
Yeah, you will have
right?
the link.
But she's actually running the SHIP program,
Uh-huh.
SHIP, and this program is for individuals that have been displaced or damaged by
Ian,
the
the
two
hurricane.
recent
Uh-huh.
hurricanes. And there's a lot of money available and a lot of opportunity that's, I think, undiscovered.
Yep.
And but if you or a loved one has been somehow displaced, even if you were a renter, you didn't have to be a homeowner before. So if you were a renter or you lived in a property prior to either of the two recent storms, and that caused you to have to move or be displaced, and you want to seize the moment and actually buy a home with up to 6 figures of money
Wow.
toward the purchase of a home, call us first. But I'm gonna
Yes.
put the link here
Give us a call.
because you still will need a mortgage. And my wife at PNB Home Group, shout out.
Shout out to
That's
PNB
that cup
Home
right there.
Group.
She sponsored my cup. But she'll help you get the rest of the money you'll need. But yeah, so we're actually, I say we, but my wife is working on 2 or 3 deals right now with Erica, where there's individuals that, again, kind of lost everything during the storm.
Yeah.
And now they're buying a brand new house. Part of that SHIP grant will allow you to even build a home
Wow.
or rehab the
Rehab.
home that was damaged.
Wow, that's great.
And so you'll never see a commercial about this. So, but the money exists, and it's earmarked for us here in Lee County. So
Wow.
reach out and we'll give you more
Yes,
information.
people, please reach out. We're begging you, reach out, because those opportunities, these are out there, and we're telling you about them. So we're bringing the opportunities to you. Take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of people. Sometimes I don't know why we have. I don't know why. What more I can tell you guys? If I have to come to your house, I don't mind. We don't mind driving to your house to sit down to explain to you the process. We can meet at the office, and our office at Legacy One. We're here to help you. It's our passion. Please reach out if you need that. Your home was damaged. The money's there. It's available. And you know those kind of monies, if they don't use them,
They lose them.
they lose them.
Yeah.
So let's use those money, and it's for a good cause. Let's use those monies to put you in a home, to get your home rehab. I know Ian was devastating. It did a lot of damages. And here at Legacy One, we're here to help you continue to keep that legacy, build legacy for your loved ones and your grandkids by keeping that home you worked so hard for.
Absolutely.
That was
Absolutely.
damaged. So that's a
Absolutely.
great thing you talk about that.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out to Erica. Yeah, I started talking to her too about some folks. So
Yeah.
so we're gonna use that grant. So
Yeah, and Erica's amazing. She has a really good spirit.
Yep.
Pleasure to work with her, and I'm sure, hopefully, we'll hear from some of you guys about that opportunity because it's a good feeling. That deal. I mean, I like all the deals that we do, but those deals feel really good because
doing
you know
that,
that the struggle and the challenges that the person faced,
Yes.
and to end up on the other side of the storm, metaphorically and in all reality, in a better situation.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So sometimes, it's like the slingshot. God might pull you back
Yep.
and then let you go, and you end up farther along than you were before.
Yes.
So that SHIP grant
Great
is one of
metaphor.
those scenarios, and we've seen it in real life happen. And
Yes.
so we would definitely, like to help anybody that's interested in that.
Yes. If you're watching this podcast and you're one of those people that were in fact affected by Hurricane Ian or the previous hurricane, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Reach out to us. Our number will be down here.
Yep, a toll-free one.
Toll free.
I think it's like 855 something, but it'll be right here.
You have not memorized it. But when you call, you have an opportunity to either speak to me or Ty. You
Yeah.
can either, it doesn't matter who you speak to, but you're going to get the help you need, get you in a home, people. Don't be afraid of the interest rate right now. Just get you in a home, at least
man.
you in a home. That's the most important thing. Don't
That's
worry
right.
about this is the noise because interest rate go up and down. But at least you have your house. It's your home. It's yours.
Yep.
Okay. So,
So let's talk about, let's lighten it. I feel like this like altar call.
yeah.
Come to buy your house. So, but let's what you going? What you got going on this weekend, man? What's going on? It's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. If you don't know, this guy's in a band.
Yes, sir.
I know he looks like this guy that's in the band, because who would know that I know the guy that's in the band? But that's him. I really know the guy. Caribbean Groove is the hottest, most magnificent banging
Thank you.
band in
Thank
all
you,
of
bro.
Florida. and beyond. If y'all toured outside of Florida more often, then you would be the best band in America or the United States. But since you only be around Florida, so I'm gonna say right now y'all the best band in Florida.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And I know the guy. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
KG,
excited
Caribbean
about
Groove.
it. He's
Yeah, I
like
appreciate it.
Clark Kent and Superman. Superman in the band, Clark Kent on the real estate
Yes,
stuff.
sir. Yeah, actually, this weekend we off. We're not playing. Actually, we almost played Sweet 16. My best friend reached out to us, and his daughter's turning 16, and he's throwing a Sweet 16 birthday party, and he want us to play. I'm like, nah, man, we've never done a Sweet 16. Although we were
Yeah, you
turning
might forget
to
where you at.
Yeah.
Catch a case.
Yeah, so
He
we
take his shirt off when he on stage.
I
That's
know how to
normal
do
for
that.
him. So
Yeah, think about it. I thought about it actually. Until I get the abs back.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So what you doing this weekend, bro?
I'm a grandparent. If y'all didn't know,
Oh, okay.
so my daughter's coming down from Philly, bringing my
All right.
grandson. So Anaya will be here, and Aiden will be here. Pam and
sir.
Zoe are actually gonna go for a couple of days to a dance competition in Orlando.
Orlando.
So I
Great.
get some more intimate time with my daughter,
Cool.
my oldest daughter, and my grandson. And then Saturday we'll have a little pool party or something. Sunday,
That's
I'm sorry.
amazing, man. That's
and then
amazing.
Halloween coming up. You know, we're gonna do the
Yeah.
Halloween thing
All right.
next week, early next week. Yeah,
That's
man.
cool. Yeah, man. So and then obviously working on some stuff too with a guy, with
Twin Cuts, yeah. So my man Sean Casey approached us a couple days ago and told us about a great opportunity that he has
Great.
with the City of Palms Classic,
Nice.
this basketball tournament. If you don't know about it, where have you been? But it's the best high school players in the country come to Fort Myers every
Yeah.
year. It's the 50th year anniversary. All the biggest NBA players, about half of them have been to Fort Myers, if you knew it or not, for the City of Palms Classic. He has his own version. I would call it this. It's kind of like, have you ever seen the thing with LeBron James when they're in the barbershop?
barbershop
where they
podcast,
actually
yeah.
bringing the whole barbershop to the stadium.
Wow.
So on the upper deck, there's like this whole glass setup. They're gonna have a barbershop sitting back there where they're gonna give haircuts to the star athletes, all the athletes, but all of them are stars. They're the best in the country.
course.
And so there'll be some interviews. But the good thing is there are going to be some sponsorship opportunities. So I
Great.
partnered with them. We actually, my other company, Four Corners Creative, we built the website. And we're selling sponsorship. So if you own a small business and you want to have the name of your company displayed on national TV because ESPN will be in the house, that's your opportunity. Hit the link below. You can go to, Grooming Lounge.info, groominglounge.info,
Yeah, the link will be down here.
and you can pick whatever sponsorship package fits your budget and your aspirations.
That's great. Great stuff, man. I'm excited. We'll definitely be at one of those games. Definitely.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
go. We normally go with Joe
Yeah.
because he got the
Shout
best
out to
seats.
Joe North.
Joe North, he got the. Maybe, hopefully, you get the invite. Last
Shout
couple
out-
years we've been.
Shout out to you, Joe. Of course, shout out to Suncoast Medical
Oh,
Group.
yeah, yeah.
Also,
Shout
our
out to
sponsors for this podcast.
PMB
Group.
PMB Home Group.
PMB Home Group,
That's right.
Southeast Title Insurance and Escrow. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for all you do and for being a sponsor to this show and continue sponsoring this show and this podcast. And
That's
the
right.
Legacy podcast, building legacies and helping our community in any real estate needs.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure. It was a great
pleasure, man.
second episode podcast. So we'll be shooting. We're gonna have more for you to come. Episode for you to come with the podcast Legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy podcast. Actually.
Yeah. And like my drunk uncle used to say, love, peace, and elbow grease. We out. Cheers.